Hello? 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 Okay. Today, I feel tired immediately. Just started freaking streaming, already feel tired? What the fuck is going on? Alright. This time, we're gonna be able to. There. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Let me like zoom in. Alright. Zoomed in. Okay. Things I don't like when it comes to the Multiverse of Madness. But first, let me introduce you to what Multiverse of Madness is. Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness is the addition to. It's the second movie when it comes to the Doctor Strange films, but it's like really in there when it comes to like Phase 4. This is the first time we ever get to see like one of the shows be able to like be put in the big screen, right? One of the shows or like one of the shows is a continuation or like a continuation of the story of Scarlet Witch, Wanda in it after WandaVision. So after WandaVision, we get to see Wanda in it. Get to see much more of the freaking multiverse, and it's supposed to be like in addition to Spider-Man No Way Home to be able to like add more to those freaking things, right? This is supposed to be the movie that really explains what the multiverse is or really explores our multiverse because the multiverse is confirmed when it comes to No Way Home and much more exploration later or exploration when it comes to what it is in the multiverse of freaking madness. But like in this movie, it doesn't freaking somehow do that. It's supposed to be able to do that. Like my expectations were those things, right? I expected a lot of freaking things towards it, but like when I watched it the first freaking time, I didn't care that much. All I cared was like I hope this is like I wanted to watch it because I'm a fan, and I'm a fan of freaking Doctor Strange back then, and I couldn't care less. And like I didn't watch it with like a critical freaking lens, not like I watched it this time, trying to understand why people freaking hated it. And I still didn't watch things why people freaking hated Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Well, you could just easily go to the IMDb page or go to the IMDb page or like somewhere between Letterbox. Go to a YouTube freaking video or somebody like trashing on Multiverse of Madness, and then that's gonna be it. In this situation, there's a certain freaking character called America Chavez, which is supposed to be the MacGuffin. The MacGuffin of the entire freaking movie, but there are things about it. Like it's supposed to be like our eyes and ears towards what the multiverse does, right? What is the multiverse? It's just weird that it's somehow different when it comes to other freaking Doctor Stranges, right? And yeah, there's like a lot of explanations to it. This was a movie from Sam Raimi. They brought back Sam Raimi. They like, somehow when it comes to Sam Raimi, they brought back the guy who made the original freaking Spider Mans, right? But we could the original freaking Spider Mans, not original Spider Mans, the 2000s freaking Spider Mans, the Tobey Maguire Spider Mans. That is Sam Raimi, and they brought him back to be able to do another superhero movie. And him doing this superhero movie, there's just like aspects of like Drag Me to Hell to it, and there are like I watched this and I have like I've seen aspects of freaking the movie Drag Me to Hell, because Drag Me to Hell is like his horror freaking movie that everybody freaking liked, and he like added like freaking horror aspects towards this movie. I guess I guess maybe if they like went to a horror freaking direction and made this an actual freaking horror film and have like it would like it would really be different. Like Doctor Strange would be so freaking different if they like treated him like a freaking horror movie. Because like in the 2000s, you don't understand, man. When I was like growing up in the 2000s, growing up in the 2000s, we get like a lot of freaking urban legends, horror stories, and all those freaking things. And then all those freaking horror stories like coincide with like especially in us, like coincide with like a person having a third eye when it comes to freaking magic and all those freaking aspects when it comes to freaking magic that scares freaking little children. But like somehow those are like aspects that uh does a lot of freaking things when it comes to freaking horror, where horror like fighting freaking monsters and freaking horror. It's like you have people like Doctor Strange or like somehow that kind of freaking direction for Doctor Strange, and I kind of liked it. Like I kind of like it. There are aspects in there where you could like actually see that probably Doctor Strange on the horror freaking aspect is like much more crazier. You know, like it's crazier. It's much more trippy. Uh, yes, they see it as freaking horror, but like a lot of people in the mystics or like people who are like being mystical when it comes to like a lot of freaking things and understanding freaking magic, it's kind of scary, right? uh there's this kind of like fear that is going in there, that's which is like the horror freaking aspect. But once you be able to understand it and hone it for yourself, it's just like it feels superhero. It shows like a lot of freaking superhero aspects towards it, because you have like supernatural freaking powers, you're like fighting the supernatural, like ghosts and freaking shit, right? Spirits, magic, those kinds of freaking aspects in it. And it's just like that would be like crazy. Like understanding a lot of magic that we like somehow be able to like using in the real freaking world. Like things that we categorize as freaking magic. Well, like duplication, a lot of freaking things. There are like crazy ass freaking things in it. Too. Like I really like Doctor Strange, man. Doctor Strange is like a character or like whatever Doctor Strange represents or like it's bringing towards the superhero aspect. The things that is bringing towards the superhero aspect is like things that are just like not yet explainable by freaking science, but like somehow we're closing in there or like peering into those freaking areas. Sometimes astral projection, dreams, uh, like things when it comes to our freaking inner psyche, like those freaking kinds of things, right? Astral projection when somebody gets punched, like soul punch, those freaking things. Dude, Doctor Strange, I really, really freaking like. It's just weird that they don't bring Taro when it comes to like Doctor Strange, but like it's much more later on when it comes to Agatha, and Agatha they like in the Agatha freaking show they brought in freaking Taro, and that's like more magic aspect to it, but it's just much more in the witchcraft freaking thing and the way, yeah, it's bringing those kinds of things. Agatha was good, but it's just like showing Agatha compared to freaking Penguin during the freaking time. I'm like really leaning into freaking Penguin, but like Agatha got me to freaking explore freaking Taro. I'm like might as well, and it's kind of nice. Okay, so I just went to freaking Agatha because of like magic and stuff. And when it comes to freaking magic, there's just okay, let's just the things that I like when it comes to every freaking fight. Every magical freaking fight, uh eyeball going out of freaking eyes, eyeballs like popping out of your freaking eyes. That's just some Raimi drag me to hell kind of eyeball popping out of your freaking eyes. This the for me that's like a drag me to hell freaking reference. What else? What else is there? Against the Doctor Strange. That was like the first freaking fight. Books of Vishanti. That's the craziest we can find that I'm like uh music. Yeah. Like the music sheets and notes being projectiles, like somehow music, like the music freaking part, and like, it's like one. It's just weird because sometimes it does feel magical when it comes to uh the way music, what music does to us, right? It feels sometimes magical, sometimes like we it's the closest thing we somehow accept like as a real freaking thing that affects us magically, like somehow magically, it feels like magic when you listen to freaking music that you really really like, or like the times that music does what music does to you, it feels like freaking magic, especially when it comes to how it enhances a freaking scene, or how it guides a freaking viewer towards a certain kinds of emotion. Like somehow it feels, when it comes to freaking it feels magical because it does those freaking things, right? It like somehow it in a way it's like uh it's kind of like mind control, but it's not. Well, kind of like mind control because it just pushes a lot of freaking people to like triggers them to like feel a certain kind of way and to act certain kind of ways when listening to freaking music. And to that freaking point, growing up, music is one of those freaking kinds of things that is just like, especially on a Christian freaking household or in a Christian freaking community, there's this relationship between music and Christianity, and now how we see freaking rock and roll, how we see modern freaking music, pop, and all those freaking things, right? We'd see a lot of freaking things towards those freaking things as something else, and it's adhering to the 2000s things that growing up in the 2000s. Uh, yeah, and I like that they use freaking things like that when it comes to music. I would like really want to see a magic freaking circle, or like the way he would do a magic freaking circle in akin to the a Coltrane circle. Have you if you ever seen Coltrane circle? It's just a circle of freaking fifths. It's like a circle of freaking fifths when it comes to Coltrane, but it looks like a freaking magic freaking spells. The way Coltrane was able to like see these freaking circles, which is like kind of cool. Like if they could push that for like freaking if I would like freaking see a Coltrane freaking circle, or a circle of fifths being used as somehow freaking magical freaking thing towards freaking music, that would be crazy insane. I would freaking love it because it's just it looks fucking funny, and it looks and it feels freaking magical the way it does it. Yeah, I like that freaking part when it comes to like Doctor Strange, and it's like one of the best freaking things that I've seen when it comes to Doctor Strange. When they were like using the freaking musical freaking notes and like hitting each other with freaking music, it's just like it brings me back to the Battle of the Bands in Scott Pilgrim. It felt like it was Battle of the Bands from Scott Pilgrim, but toned down a little bit. You know, like the Battle of the Bands from freaking Scott Pilgrim would be the Scott Pilgrim Battle of the Bands is just it's just uh it's just one of those freaking epic freaking things of how music was made as some kind of freaking weapon, or something freaking epic, right? Like a freaking battle of freaking music, right? That would be like Scott Pilgrim. I've seen it in there, but like in here, yeah, there were freaking daggers or like projectile freaking things, like bullets for each freaking note. Each freaking note is a fucking bullet that they freaking throw towards each other, and that was like very fun to watch. Um, and then other things, transitions. Oh my freaking god! I'm not even like, getting into the story, but like these are the fucking craziest freaking thing. Transitions and camera angles. The transitions and camera angles, the way it was shot like a horror movie, man. Every time they're like facing freaking Wanda, or they were like being chased by Wanda, it feels like a horror movie. There's this horror movie freaking aspects towards it, like the way Wanda was like going out of the fucking mirror dimension, and like how she was like it's like the ring. He has aspects of the ring going out of the fucking television like that. The Samara going out of the freaking television. That was like freaking Wanda like going out in there. Dude, they should uh if they push towards like actually being like a horror freaking movie in this situation, that would be crazy insane. You know? But there are like crazy ass horror freaking aspects towards it. The way it was shot, the way those freaking candles turning off and those freaking things, the way they use freaking magic. Yeah, it's really nice. The wide angle freaking things, transitions, the transition of freaking Wong. They added like crazy ass freaking transitions in here, but it's just that they didn't get too crazy when it comes to transitions. Maybe someday we'll get a freaking movie where they put much more effort into the transitions from scene to scene, just like how a YouTube video is like focused on transitions. Have you seen like YouTube videos like focus on transitions recently? Like something like okay, uh no, Daniel Schaefer. Daniel Schaefer's like transitions is crazy insane. Daniel Schaefer's transitions or like the way they do transitions in there, and like you would use that as a certain kinds of way to adhere to shoot like a action freaking scene, like a fighting freaking scene and going transitions like that. That would be crazy. That would be fucking epic if like if it's shot like someone akin to Peter McKinnon or like Daniel Schaefer, like in those freaking areas, in those freaking era. The way back then they were doing transitions like crazy, and then like match cuts, a lot of freaking match cuts that were shot in that it feels like a one take. It's gonna feel like a one take because of a lot of freaking match shots and freaking transitions. I like crazy as freaking things like that, man. But they like added 2000s transitions in this freaking movie, and I was like, whoa, yo, they're doing that. Like the way the Wong was like seen after they confronted freaking Wanda, right? The reveal of freaking Wanda being the villain. It was like freaking good. It was like really freaking good. Transitions and camera angles, like the way they use ultra wide freaking like ultra wide freaking lenses. That was freaking epic. And the way they were fighting with ultra wide freaking lenses. Have you seen like how they were fighting the Baron Mordo and like Doctor Strange freaking fight? Like it was like very simple, but the way it was shot with like ultra freaking wide, it was the camera was like very very close to them, but you can see the distortion when it comes to their body angles, or they're like the distortion when it comes to like the wide angle distortion that is like doing things, and how it's like integrated with freaking movement. I wish they played more about like those freaking things or those freaking kinds of shots, man, because I was like when it comes to ultra wide freaking angles and action, one of the best freaking things is like Levi Ackerman in like Attack on Titan. But it was like an animation. But if like they were able to pull that off in freaking live action, that kind of freaking shots, those kinds of freaking shots, that would be fucking insane. I think they were able to do this like freaking kind of shots with like wide angle freaking things. There was this action freaking scene where I liked about freaking Black Widow where the way Yelena was sneaking off when it comes to Yelena was sneaking off in an area. Wait, it's hard to freaking remember. Yelena was doing something in like the way she was able to like the way she was like tumbling down. The way she took down one of those freaking guards in the red room. Yes, the way she was able to take down one of those guards in the red room, they were able to use a wide angle freaking lens to do that freaking shot. Those kinds of freaking things. It would be like really freaking cool if it was like a blocking freak. I don't know, man. Like wide angle freaking shots that freaking close to the freaking camera while doing freaking action is very hard to pull off because they might kick the freaking camera if they fuck up the choreography just one freaking bit because they need to be very very synced as to what they're freaking doing, and the angles would be like very very really close because like action is much more easier to shoot like a much further distance, but like wide angle lens and like doing the close up wide angle lens just to get that freaking distortion. It's just like that is really freaking cool, and I fucking like it, especially in like fights in like small freaking corridors with like a huge wide angle freaking lens and a huge ass wide angle freaking shot, small freaking corridor, one take with a bunch of freaking long ass freaking tracking shots. That would be like wow, that would like blow my fucking mind, man. And one of those freaking shots is probably Guardians 3, where like there were this short ass freaking corridor. They shot it with an ultra wide. Yeah, Guardians 3, one of those freaking good action freaking scenes there. Anything else? Anything else that I like that it's like on the way it looks, the way it was shot, it felt like a horror movie in the 2000s, and I like it. And it's very reminiscent to how magic is like perceived, or the way they were like pushing magic and all those freaking things. I mean, there was like if this was a movie brought out in the 2000s, it would be very very freaking controversial. Like Doctor Strange would be a controversial freaking movie if it was shown in the 2000s and shot like that. Right? Shot for freaking Sam Raimi and all those freaking things. Probably like around 2002 to 2006. Uh, in the Philippines, it would like people would be like, "What the fuck is this freaking movie?" Yeah, there are like freaking issues when it comes to Doctor Freaking Strange. Okay, and me being a kid back then. I anything else? Oh. What would you do with a drunken sailor early in the morning? Anything else? Wait. Let me think. I'm fresh off it. I just watched it yesterday. I just finished watching it yesterday. There are like a lot of freaking aspects to it, but these are like good ones, man. Uh, how the multiverse is being shown towards us is just a different freaking thing. It's just a girl that makes portals towards freaking multiverses, a multiversal traveler that is just crazy. Right? Let's just go America Chavez. I don't know much when it comes to America freaking Chavez, but that's her freaking name, man. Amer- Bro, like America Chavez, probably like somebody. They're building up like a freaking replacement for freaking Captain America, or like gonna put on the freaking Captain America role on a female freaking Captain America or something like that, right? But we have Sharon Carter, you know. I don't know what America Chavez is supposed to be when it comes to this one. I think America Chavez is the introduction when it comes to their plan to be able to like integrate much more younger actors that would like grow into bigger freaking roles in the freaking grand scheme of the MCU, right? Because like a bunch of freaking people are gonna freaking retire afterwards. And they're gonna be able to become the new Avengers kind of like freaking thing. America Chavez, we got Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel is coming up after this one. And, like they integrate freaking things like that. But yeah, America Chavez. I liked America Chavez. Really freaking good. I think what the problem here is the villain freaking problem because they completely fucked over a lot of like fans from freaking WandaVision. Because like WandaVision like brought this, added this relatability, added this like seeing Wanda through mo- like seeing Wanda through WandaVision, through the lens of freaking WandaVision, it's just like hard to be able. It feels like you have been betrayed by freaking Marvel. Being able to see her this time around, when it comes to Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, like somehow you'd be able to like. It feels like okay, this is like with the direction of like whatever it is that is going on, like the dark hole freaking corrupts whatever it is that is building it, but like Like somehow we have Agatha that somehow be able to like still perform with like freaking Darkhold and all those freaking things. Like it is, you know, yeah. It's just like it doesn't seem to be consistent when it comes to like the Darkhold and what the Darkhold does to a freaking person. Like to Wanda, it freaking corrupts a freaking person and like turns them pure freaking evil. Like, but somehow when it comes to Agatha, like Agatha was able to like uphold herself and still be able to do a lot of freaking things with the freaking Darkhold towards her all throughout these freaking years. It's just like what is going on when it comes to this? Like things I don't like probably Wanda being fucked over because we want to see more Wanda after WandaVision, and we go to see her and be able to like do this. And then when it comes to this freaking things, this is the start of watching Marvel movies seems like a freaking it seems like you need to watch the freaking series and everything else and a lot of freaking things. Like it's difficult. It starts to become difficult watching Marvel movies becomes more difficult. Because that's crazy as freaking insane. It's like being dragged into freaking Endgame without them even like watching freaking Verse Avengers, all those freaking first movies that came out all before. Uh, that's what the freaking things that it needed to be done when it comes to this. Things I didn't like watching Marvel movies becomes sort of freaking difficult. It feels like a great. It's starting to look like a merging or like a nexus freaking point, right? Like a bunch a big event that somehow all this freaking series, all the series and all the freaking other shows is leading up to. It's like it's no longer connected because this movie is no longer connected to. It's no longer connected to just the rest of the other movies. It's connected to a bunch of series too, and like somehow to be like it felt like to be able to enjoy this freaking movie you need to watch those freaking series too, right? And then you watch those freaking series and watch this freaking thing and you felt betrayed by the freaking thing. Like somehow watching WandaVision fucks you over to like watching multiverse of freaking madness because they kind of like messed up the freaking Wanda's freaking whatever it is that's going on when it comes to freaking Wanda. But it does seem freaking understandable as her villain motivation to be able to like really want that freaking thing. But like it seems like you discounted everything else that she's been going through when it comes to the entire WandaVision. Like the entire WandaVision series, it seems like that somehow didn't fucking happen. Like somehow Westview didn't fucking happen because they treated it like as if it didn't freaking happen. Because I'm not here for freaking Westview. I'm here for the freaking overpowered one, the freaking thing. Like it seems like she's already been over. Like you don't understand what she's been. What she got to be able to like able to fix the entire freaking Westview freaking thing to be able to let go of her freaking children and to be able to let go of freaking Vision and to let go of the freaking fantasy of everything else. But somehow, like things I don't like, Wanda. I don't like Wanda in this freaking situation. Things I don't like. Ultimate Universe. The Illuminati. Illuminati fucking sucked. Like someone when they're able to like someone put Illuminati in this situation and understanding freaking incursions. Like America Chavez, I freaking like because it's like a breath of premiere, like a way to be able to like navigate the freaking multiverse and all those freaking things. Like multiversal portals and all those freaking stuff. And then punching freaking Wanda with multiversal freaking punches. I don't know what that felt like. Maybe she felt it all throughout the freaking multiverse, man. I don't know what that would feel like. Like, bro, I wonder what the script was freaking like was showing. Well, like, I wonder what the script was freaking typing when freaking America Chavez was punching Wanda with the freaking multiverse, the power of a multiversal freaking portal. What the fuck was that for? What the fuck would that fucking feel like? So it feels like a punch coming from every freaking multiverse ever. You feel it in every multiverse that you are in. I don't freaking know. I don't know what that would like freaking affect. Yeah, I was able to punch the shit out of her, but like opening portals and shit. It doesn't seem climactic, you know. It is just whatever it is that's going on you can get because in this situation, like it's just hard to miss to begin. It's just very difficult to not get technical as to what it is that's going on when it comes to the combat freaking system and the power freaking things. Because you were there, you were like, it's hard to be able to not see power freaking structure or like power freaking scaling or like matching of freaking power when it comes to this freaking situation because you were there. You said it to us that you were here. That the reason that they wanted freaking Wanda was her for freaking her overpoweredness and how freaking strong she is. And it was shown how freaking strong Wanda is and how freaking strong she can become and what she can freaking do. But like how you've like freaking shown it doesn't seem to freaking be convincing. There are a lot of things why it doesn't feel convincing because fighting the Illuminati was freaking dog shit. If they added much more like freaking music into the situation, if the score was a lot more freaking different, if the score was freaking different when it comes to like Wanda's freaking situation, once she freaking turns evil and the score is like freaking different, it's it if the score is giving much more a horror freaking vibe as to what is going on when they were fighting freaking Wanda, maybe that would have like changed a lot of freaking things when it comes to this situation because they understand what the score means when it comes to that the score the decision to use space rock. I think space rock. I think space rock was like the way they use it. Right. I used to listen to a lot of those freaking things when I was in like law school. Right. It's this one. Stoner rock. Yes. Space rock. Space rock is the way they do it. Uh, this one. Stone Rebel. This is it's closing to this psychedelic space freaking rock. Stone Rebel freaking thing. Yeah. It's akin to this. The soundtrack. The soundtrack that they were using or the score that we're using for when it comes to the evilness of like Wanda. This they're using this. So I don't feel fucking scared. It doesn't give it doesn't give scariness, but it gives like cool and psychedelic shit, man. Which is kind of good because like everybody loves freaking Wanda. Like after fucking WandaVision, like everybody loves freaking Wanda, which you fucking shitted on when it comes to this freaking movie because it's just very hard to be able to like actually quantify how freaking strong she is. Probably just use a freaking Wanda from a different freaking multiverse, like not the Wanda from freaking WandaVision, but like Wanda from like a different freaking universe. You could have like used a different freaking Wanda to be able to like Wanda who was like grieving for her freaking Like the same freaking thing would happen, but it's just like a different freaking Wanda. Not this Wanda, not the Wanda we just watched for freaking WandaVision. You know? Like it's already a freaking multiverse freaking thing, so why not freaking use it and like have two freaking Wandas fight in this situation and have like this freaking Wanda lose or something because they needed freaking Doctor Strange. It's just very hard to be able to like have a great grand conclusion when it comes to be when it is supposed to be a Doctor Strange freaking movie and you like added freaking WandaVision who has like much more who's arguably better better now when it comes to the narratives that has been shown recently, right? Yeah, it's just very hard to be able to do that. Like use her as a Deus Ex Machina or something. Or like somehow like have her be able to, you know, not the freaking current Wanda, man. It's just like yeah. See, can you hear it like this? They're using this as like somehow when it comes to like the soundtrack, especially when they're dream walking. When they're dream walking, this is a fucking sound that they're using. It's someone who can do this. Someone like space psychedelic rock. It's like space rock, space stoner rock. Yeah, it doesn't feel menacing or like freaking evil. If you want to have something feel fucking evil and have like rock to it, like go to freaking deathcore immediately, bro. Like have like a vocal of like somebody going like a death growl or somebody doing like gutturals. That would immediately be fucking much more menacing and like much more fearful. Someone goes like fucking yes, like Mongolian throat singing. Use those freaking shit, man. Like that would have been much more cool. I don't know. I don't know what I'm fucking talking about when it comes to like menacing freaking things, but like tritones. Like everybody does like a lot of freaking things when it comes to like, freaking music. Use freaking tritones. Like heavy freaking metal shit, man. Like trash no not trash metal. Like somewhere deathcore. Deathcore or like deathcore or symphonic death metal. Like those those freaking parts. Like deathcore vocals is like crazy insane, man. It's much more scary. And something freaking heavy like that. You know? But sometimes it feels much more different too when it comes to anything else. So just like adhere to like that scratchy freaking noise or like go atmospheric. Like sometimes when it comes to horror freaking things, atmospheric freaking sounds with like something close to freaking silent, but like screeching freaking sounds like that are very hard. You know, that would like be added more to like freaking horror aspect towards it. And man, they fucking fucked up fucking Wanda, man. There's like this didn't the movie felt like it was scared to go horror when there's horror aspects to it because it needs to keep the rating at PG freaking 13. I think like even PG 13 freaking horror, that's freaking shit that is scary, man. Ah, God, yeah, it's just you know. I'm having a hard time freaking liking and loving this freaking thing. The Illuminati fucking sucked. Wanda fucking sucked. They complete. And it's just like I felt betrayed as a WandaVision enjoyer. I didn't like it because I felt betrayed as a WandaVision enjoyer as to her motivation. And it's like it never freaking happened. It's like WandaVision never fucking happened. Those freaking kinds of things. So yeah. And this is like our final send off when it comes to like freaking Wanda. It's just I dude, if you know what's much more crazy if you do with like you would have just fucking killed the Wanda that they have in their freaking universe, get killed by a Wanda with a fucking dark hold from another freaking multiverse who's like wanting to have like freaking children because like they somehow she took in freaking America Chavez, and you could still keep the fucking rest of the fucking movie in there, just like have her just get fucking killed by freaking Wanda to like really establish freaking dominance in the power of this freaking Wanda that they're freaking facing from a different multiverse, from a different freaking universe. Since they're traveling freaking multiverses anyway, and they're fighting multiversal freaking adversary. Why not just fucking do that? Why not just go through that freaking thing and just like do that instead? That and not just betray us when it comes to that to our freaking Wanda that we liked. It's a multiverse anyways. And I fucking hate it. Aye. Yeah, the movie felt like it was scared to go full horror when there's like horror aspects towards it. Because like if they really want to push on a very, very horror freaking genre, like show us a Wanda that we don't freaking know. Or show us a Wanda that we barely even know. So like a Wanda from like a different freaking multiverse. Since we have like a Wanda hopping from multiverse to another freaking multiverse, anyways, and establish the multiverse just like that. And there's like traveling things too, and then like dream freaking walking, and then dream walk to freaking Wanda as is in this situation or something. But you, yeah, but they have to like travel together. Yeah, it's like freaking America needs to travel with freaking Doctor Strange. Ay. Anyways, wait. The music is freaking loud. Yeah, I like this freaking kind of music. This freaking kind of music calms me down, man. Aye. And speaking of the Illuminati, it just it feels kind of fucking stupid, man. Like the way they were able to fight her. Like Reed Richards, you see freaking Black Bolt blow his freaking head off, and the next thing you need to be able to do is go freaking grab Wanda? What the fuck are you gonna do after you grab her? The Illuminati fight was kind of like irk. The Illuminati fight was kind of irk. We got to see all the freaking Captain Marvels be that freaking cocky and have this oozing overconfidence that seems like arrogance from them. Because when a woman's confident, they had to be freaking they had to become a fucking asshole. I don't know. Like someone when it comes to confidence, women brimming with freaking confidence, they have to become freaking assholes. I don't know why. They have to look like that. They have to act like that. Or it's just freaking the misogyny in me, like looking at this. Yes, subversion when it comes to the freaking casting and subversion. So we get to see Wanda in his freaking full power, or you get to be able to see an exhibition of Wanda's freaking power when it comes to her fighting freaking the Illuminati, because you get to see how actually overpowered she is, right? Because she's gonna fight a lot of freaking aspects, or like heroes, or like big ass freaking heroes. Like she gets to fight Captain Marvel. She gets to fight like Sharon Carter, um, Reed Richards, and Black Bolt. Black Bolt would have been really cool, but you like gave out his entire freaking power in that immediately after. Yeah, and he just freaking died because he freaking panicked. He screamed in his own freaking mind, and poop, because her illusions are like close to freaking reality, right? Because that's just the power of the freaking dark hold. Anything else about it? You know what? I love this freaking line. I love you in every universe. He said that to Christine of I don't know. Music sheets and also being protected. Music coming out. America Chavez. I love you in every universe. Uh, Wong, Wong, and you know what? I like this Wong. I like this Wong, and not the Wong that I know of from the only Doctor Strange comic book that I know about when it comes to freaking comic books. It seems like not a freaking sidekick in this situation. I like freaking Wong. I really like Wong. I like Wong that someone needs to be able to like take part, or he is the next one to be up there as his freaking Sorcerer Supreme, right? And yeah, it does seem like it. And like maybe Stephen Strange not being like the Sorcerer freaking Supreme adds more freaking depth towards his freaking character, that he needs to be able to overcome a lot more things about himself. And one of those things about himself is like he never fixed the fucking watch, man. I don't know why he never fixed that freaking watch, or the brokenness of the freaking watch. Because like somehow when it comes to the first freaking movie, the watch, watch what it represents. Watch what it represents. The watch is really freaking cool when it comes to him healing himself and being uh attuned with himself, and like growing as a freaking person and as a character. Yeah, like him keeping it as freaking broken in the freaking first movie feels like something like being able to understand what it is when it comes to his freaking hands, right? That it's a part of him that he can it's a part of his freaking previous life that he could just probably not get to be able to move on with, which is freaking Christine, and which is like his freaking fears being left by fucking Christine, or not being with Christine ever again, right? That's just crazy as freaking thing, and that's how like when it comes to other freaking stories, when it comes to other freaking things about him, is just he has to hold the knife. Watch what this represents, right? Yeah. But holding the knife, I like holding the knife freaking thing about when it comes to Doctor freaking Strange, because that is his entire emotional freaking arc, or that's his entire freaking internal arc in this situation. Like it has to be him to be able to like pull the freaking trigger or become the freaking powerful one in these freaking situations. But he was able to let it go because that was the watch freaking things, right? He was able to let go of freaking Christine and all those freaking things, and yeah, he was able to like say and have like freaking closure as to what he needed to be able to do towards Christine and those freaking things. And I like that freaking things about like freaking about Doctor Strange in this situation. Yeah, but didn't even like talk about the main character until like 50 minutes into the fucking thing. Uh, because he was not the fucking problem in this situation. It's like one of the freaking things that is just like keeping it freaking together. Well, a lot of freaking things that are just like not freaking things. Like I like this. I liked it. I like freaking Doctor Strange in this situation because I like his internal arc. I like what he's going through. I like the emotional freaking things that he's gone through in this situation. Seeing America freaking Chavez being a fucking mentor, being having to care for another freaking person, having someone who knows him, having someone else that knows him besides freaking Wong, that he could be able to confide in and talk to him because she knows him, a different kind of him, right? She fears him and all those freaking things, but understands his freaking strange. But there are a lot of commonalities when it comes to strangers in like different freaking multiverses. But she knows him, right? And he was able to like have this freaking character thing, this mentor mentee relationship when it comes to these two freaking thing, and I like that. I like that when it comes to these two, and I like that thing about this freaking movie. But just like somehow the Wanda situation just fucked things a lot of freaking over. Uh the Wanda situation was too much of like a freaking blunder to be able to like do a lot of freaking things. And the exploration of the freaking multiverse isn't like very much explained as to how or what it is. It's just a much more better confirmation that the multiverse freaking exists, and it's much more better if it would be like it would fix a lot of freaking things because it would say that there are like other threats coming from the multiverse, that the multiverse is an angle that threats are gonna come in from. If Wanda was fucking killed by a Wanda from another multiverse who has a freaking Darkhold, and a Wanda that is much more overpowered, that can be able to like dream walk and all those freaking shit, you know, not the one the skill of the one that if you're gonna kill a Wanda, just kill her off like that, right? That would be like fix it. And still, my problem is freaking Wanda. Like the way they did Wanda wrong. They did her so freaking wrong because I love freaking WandaVision. It was scared to go full horror because no freaking horror. They would have like made Wanda much more scarier. It's a fucking character if they like really drive into the freaking horror aspect when they like tuning it, and it's a problem when it comes to the fucking score. They use fucking stoner rock. They use freaking stoner rock because it needs to be freaking neutral because Doctor Strange needs to use it too. Needs to use this the dark hole to be able to like understand the hypocrisy of this freaking Strange, right? Or what he needs to be able to do in all those freaking things. Like someone when it comes to this situation, dream walk into a fucking corpse and use a lot of freaking spirits and all those freaking things, using the dark hold, you know, just to match freaking Wanda because it was a desperate freaking measure. Him using the dark hold, I kind of like understand this because the strange that I know is that they were using this superior, like the strange that I know, or there's like a story when it comes to that I know when it comes to Doctor Freaking Strange, that they was using a bunch of freaking acolytes or like a bunch of freaking things. That's why she was so freaking overpowered when it comes to his freaking magic, because other people are taking in like a bunch of like people from Kamartaj are like taking in the consequences of his freaking powers. A bunch of freaking Wong was like the one uh, supervising this. Wong was like doing all these freaking things, and a lot of people are freaking dying because of it. Or is it like a bunch of freaking Wongs? I don't think a bunch of freaking Wongs. It's just like a bunch of freaking people who are like devoted to the Sorcerer Supreme, because that's him as a Sorcerer Supreme. They would literally do anything for him, like all those freaking magicians and everybody else. and they would do everything for him to be able to like cast very crazy ass freaking spells and to be very overpowered. So he was overpowered all this freaking time long because he was like using all these freaking people like that. That's like the Doctor Strange that I fucking know. So it kind of like, so him like using the dark hole was like, oh yeah, it's really it's like that. Yeah, like yeah. So yeah, and so Doctor Strange is kind of like that. So Doctor Strange is kind of like that, and I kind of like that. I kind of like him using the dark hole and everything else is nice. The third eye freaking thing, and the visual effects for the freaking third eye, 2000s, very 2000s. It seems like they just put an eye there. It's so freaking janky. There's like no way to be able to like show this as naturally as possible or as close to real life as freaking possible without it looking without you suspending your disbelief as to that freaking third eye that's happening. Yeah, because that's just freaking what happened to him. Like he had the third eye. He had the freaking third eye, and that's like the third eye freaking thing is cool. What else? The book of Vishanti was fucking ruined, so it just like it feels justified because it's just he's stuck in another multiverse. He's stuck in another universe. He needs to freaking help America, but in this situation, he did not take the powers for freaking America because holding the fucking knife. In this situation, he had to let go of the fucking knife. Right? Like finally, he's able to like tell America to trust herself. And the watch, what's what it represents fucking Christine, right? And face your fears, Doctor Strange. Yeah, it's a strange movie. It's very very strange. Yeah, music sheets, transitions, and camera angles. American Chavez. I love this freaking thing. I love you in every universe. And what the fuck did she say? You did not get on. I love you back. She just said face your fears. And, uh, oh, I mean, and then we get to watch another Sam Raimi movie with Rachel, with the character, the woman playing, with the lady playing Christine, and people liked it. It came out the same time as Iron Lung. Alright, that was that. So Doctor Strange isn't that freaking bad. Wait, let me just like see one freaking bad review. What is it rated? Like, is it a 6 or 7? Wait, what did IMDb rate it? This is probably a 6. This is probably a 6. Where's the fucking rating? It's a 6. It's a 7. It's a 6.8. It's not that bad then. Not that bad. It ain't that bad. 7. They tried bringing in so many characters to make future movies. Okay. Whatever you thought about Marvel, you have to give it the credit for the world building, character development. Nah, as a WandaVision fan, I felt betrayed, man. Should have been called Wanda Maximoff in the Multiverse of Madness. Impressive visuals. Because WandaVision was so fucking good. It was 2021 WandaVision. WandaVision was so fucking good. They needed to like create other freaking things towards it to like really fit in there. Oh man. Ugh. Anyways, it was good. Star punches. A star punch. Yeah, you get punched by freaking America Chavez, you get star punch. I think America Chavez more than freaking Miss Marvel though. No, I haven't watched Miss Marvel yet, so I might change my mind. But uh, Billy, Billy and Tommy. Yeah, yeah. Pronounce her name. Somebody, tell me how to fuck. How do you say that? She kept that freaking name. Didn't like even develop a stage name. That's crazy. That is crazy. Yeah, everybody needs to learn how to pronounce that fucking name now. How do you pronounce it? Aye. Anyways, it's about it. Having Stone Rebel in the background. Yeah, then this is everything about it. Everything, my thoughts, memory dump, like dumping of like. And okay. And that's just about it. That's about everything else in it. I'm gonna watch Miss Marvel now. This is 2022, right? Yeah. Woo! Stone Rebel is nice. I wish I could pass this bong to many of you. Life is actually quite long. It's nice to remember that you have time to accomplish things you want and also enjoy yourself along the way. Take a breath. It's important to slow down once in a while. We'll get there. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like a bunch of like trippy ass stoner freaking shit. Like I miss the way you were able to like add more of those freaking things, you know? Yeah, trippy stoner shit vibe, man. Like Doctor Strange has the trippy stoner vibe, you know? Like I like freaking the first freaking Doctor Strange freaking movie because there are like aspects of it that felt like a mushroom trip. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, but this one it felt like a freaking bad freaking mushroom trip because of like Wanda. I liked it. I liked 6.8. Darkest Marvel movie yet. Yeah, but then they couldn't go that dark, you know. And they just it felt like they're holding back a lot. It felt like they're holding back a lot, and I want them to really just for once, for sake of freaking desperation, you know, like it feels like desperate freaking times. They need to be able to not hold back when it comes to like their decisions, when it comes to like showing things that are much more for the mature, much more for the older freaking audience, right? Like to really push it there. I don't know. Desperate times. I don't know. Maybe desperate times we get to be able to like see Doom rip out a fucking man and his freaking rip out Thanos' freaking, you know, like rip out Thanos' freaking skull and freaking entire freaking spine, skull and spine throughout his freaking body. Uh, That's an iconic freaking image in Secret Wars. It's really cool. Yeah, Marvel. Still like it. I really liked it. Zombie Strange. It's nice. Yeah, Star Punches. Yeah, she really got a lot of just star. uh, uh, okay, we're done. Okay, as a doomsday freaking prep. Okay, one more aspect or one more segment towards this. As a doomsday prep, we understand that it's like a multiverse, and it's much more better if the villain is just a Wanda coming from a different universe. So that we understand that there are threats coming from the different multiverses, from the multiverse. Yeah, to be able to understand that Doom would be coming, like one of those freaking incursions. We have like incursions already. They're like incursions, and who the fuck did they lose to? Who the fuck did this Doctor Strange lose to? They didn't fucking say, but it's like closing into freaking Doom. Yeah, this would be like craziest freaking good way for him to doomsday prep because it's understanding that there's a multiverse because he's a multiversal threat. Oh, kind of like that. Anyways, bye bye. Bye bye now. That's all I had in this 1 hour Yapperinos. Yapperinos. Bye bye. Bye bye. 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 Wait. Like a dying cat. Bye. 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 Yeah, there. Bye bye, bye bye, no, bye bye, 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 bye bye. Oh shit, wrong button. Okay, bye.